Okay. It's been a while, but I am still doing development. That has not stopped. Hey, wait, I know how I can improve this. Uh, the clock glasses and headphones. And a headset. There we go. That's just me. That's just me now. Trust me. This is what I really look like, and not just what AI is doing to my face. Definitely. Let me go ahead and announce this, which will take a while because it's been like months since I've actually done one of these. So basically, there's a bug report that I haven't been able to replicate, but it seems quite plausible, so I'm just gonna have to sort of stare at the code and think real hard. Never a good start. Wonder what I can go for here. I went with a low poly 3D render. Uh, a just really doesn't do pixel art very well. I think I need an actual pixel art specific model. Well, that's terrible. I'm going to stick with what I had. I'm going to go all the way back to Expressionist painting. Okay, I'm getting distracted by silly things. Yeah, so basically somebody reported having, like they downloaded and one of their files was a previous recording, not the current recording. And it sort of makes sense that that could happen if it was the save processor that's doing it. Because the idea of the save processor is that while you're downloading, it saves the raw downloaded data, and then it reuses the raw downloaded data later. I'm going back to low poly 3D render. And thus, yeah, it could have, gotten screwed up, saved one thing, loaded another. It all sort of seems plausible. The thing that makes it not so plausible is that I don't think it's possible for this database name to go wrong. The prefix is a string. I don't know whether there's maybe like invalid characters in the prefix that maybe would confuse it. Let me see how I make the save processor. That's odd. Get cool. I was supposed to jump to the definition. Interesting. Now, that's not how I would have done that. I would have done save proc dot cache. There. Uses the ID. I don't know. I wonder if the dots are actually a problem. Can I test this theory? Thing is, even if they're a problem on one platform, they won't be a problem on others. I can at least see what's up on Firefox and Chrome. I'm using local forage, and local forage's documentation basically doesn't exist. It doesn't have documentation. It has some vague resemblance of documentation, but it mostly is just, we use the API of local storage. How hard could it be? You'll figure it out. I'm actually going to go to the local forage GitHub site, which I don't remember, because I'm betting they use local forage on their own page, and I'm just going to go into the console and steal it. Will you, shut up? Will you shut up? Will you stop? Will you stop saying this thing? I don't care. I know I'm logged out. I don't care. Will you please shut up? Oh, it's actually Firefox saying that. How annoying. Local forage. Does it? Oh, there we go. Remember, I have to await this, create instance. So let's think of how these names are going to end up looking. Let's just try like a.b. Wait, local forage dot create instance name a.c. Can I extract from this what I need to know? Well, that's useless. That's not going to help me, is it? I don't know if the driver would contain the driver information or the driver information would be directly on here. I mean, I guess I can just directly test. Oh, I used X again. I'm an idiot. I was like, what? Yeah. I'm just trying to foresee any way that there could be crosstalk here. Is this the only way that it caches anything? Is there other places where crosstalk could happen? Well, let's just... No, that's the only one that even uses local forage, and I don't think I would have used anything else. Hyphens? The combination of hyphens and dots? The fact that this is a very long name? How long is this? I mean, it could believably be 32 characters before something differs. Is it conceivable that, we're getting 32 character prefixed? I guess. A little bit further. Oops. I believe the user is actually on Safari, on iOS, in fact, and it could be much worse there for all I know. I guess I should at least test this on Firefox so long as I've got it open. Create instance. Yeah, yield. That's what I wanted. I'm leaving a bunch of detritus in my browsers. It'll be fine. Yeah. This AI thing is a good privacy filter because there's like a 0% chance anybody could identify me based on this image. It really does not look much like me. Can I? Okay, this is unfortunately not going to be on screen, but you see the kind of testing I'm doing. I'm going to try on my Mac. I don't even know how I can try this easily on my iOS device, because I would need both uh, thing and thing. Is that clear? Have I cleared it up? I would need both a JavaScript shell and local forage. Okay. Localforage.github.io. Now, my eyes burn from the incredibly bright white web page. I don't know why anyone finds that acceptable. And in the interim, I try to remember how to get the JavaScript console. There we go. I'm going to try the simplest case of like just use different names and make sure that they are in fact different databases on Safari first. Like they stop. It's auto-completing to yield. I know you can't see this. Item foo to bar. Wait, x.get item foo. What? Oh, again, I did. I did the same thing of storing to X and then reading. I did the same name. I really am being an idiot. I keep like, because the issue I'm looking out for is something clashing. Every time I see something clash, I get shocked. But it's just me clashing because I'm an idiot. Yeah, there we go. When I actually use different names, like someone who isn't an imbecile, then it does what I expect. Let's try. I imagine I really trust Firefox more than anything else on this particular issue. Let me have a quick aside to convince myself that this could actually cause this problem. Get local forage instance. That just returns the instance directly. The item names definitely shouldn't matter. When it's, yeah, I mean, it archives things. I don't think it's realistically possible for it to archive in a way that conflicts. Wonder how wacky I can make this go before it really just disagrees with me. Pink hair, very possible. Let me make the facial hair pink too. That's a step too far. A pink afro. Hello, I am Cotton Candy Man. Green hair. That'll do. Oh wait, let's make it more anime. Spiky green hair. That's just struggling. I'm just gonna start like reading through it and think real hard. Just think real hard. Well, that's nice, Joey. My screen is forbidden. You are not allowed to know. Is it possible that the track descriptions are coming in wrong? Like, is there caching going on? That would be in the download chooser. I mean, it just takes the recording ID as like an input option. Doesn't seem realistic. I just went to check my stream health, and on Restream it is indeed not doing anything. I'm checking Twitch, because Restream sometimes does just do nothing. Oh no, I'm getting a blank screen on Twitch. Okay, so it's just actually broken. Well, that's cool. What's happening? I'm sending data. Is it Restream or is it Twitch? Restream is sure acting like it's receiving data. Let's do a quick check on YouTube. It's working fine on YouTube. Let me kick the Twitch stream and see if that makes it happy. How are you feeling now, Twitch? It's feeling offline. What's going on there, Twitch? What the hell? And it's weird because, like, the streaming time says 30 seconds, but then it also says the stream is on or offline. Like, it can't be both of these things. And when I go to my own stream management, oh, average stream bitrate too high. Oh. Well, give me a moment. I'll see if I can make that not happen. Now Twitch seems happier. Well, thank you, Joey, for pointing that out, although I doubt you're still around watching, what with the stream having been broken. Well, you'll have to take my word for it that I was doing things that whole time. I don't think, realistically, the chooser can be the issue here. Where can caching occur? I changed it to no hair. Frustrating because I just don't really know where could cause this issue. If it's not the length of this name. Because, I mean, the idea of this name accidentally colliding is pretty unlikely. I took in a prefix and added a bunch of randomness. The input reader, of course, doesn't start initialized. Yeah. Yes, that bot is present. Present and accounted for. Wait, man. I'm just sitting here staring at code. I realize it's not supremely exciting. You might want to try prompt ennui. I have no idea what that would do. Here I am, experiencing ennui, but mainly experiencing androgyny. Ennui knows no gender. Get the correct ID. The format is raw. Cache name. I just am not seeing a way for it to fail in that particular way. Not bad. Not bad. I'm working under the assumption that the bug report is correct. It is not PEBCAC, but that there's just some subtle interaction that's not quite, like, I'm just not quite getting it. Let me go back to my Mac that I was testing on, which, yes, you can't see, sorry. I guess I didn't attempt the very long names on the Mac. I just assumed that that was not the problem. I have no idea why I assumed that was not the problem. Okay, 40 characters and then A. 40 characters and then B. Set item foo bar. Like y.get item foo. hyphens? Is it the hyphens? Stick a hyphen there, stick a hyphen there. I guess they're hyphens and dots. Stick a hyphen there, stick a hyphen there, stick a dot right there. Just trying to guess anything. There are multiple dots. If it's corresponding to a file name, could it maybe be unhappy with multiple dots? Okay. I mean, if this is actually going to cause anything, then this is a really exceedingly annoying bug. So handsome. You know, you can just use prompt yawweasel for it to default to my yawweasel prompt. Like it doesn't just give the text yawweasel. It's preset for my yawweasel prompt. X dot. There he is. On Safari, though, that's interesting. It's not IndexedDB, which I think it's IndexedDB essentially everywhere else. I wonder if it doesn't support. Oh no, it's WebSQL here. Never mind. I'm an idiot. I'm misreading what's happening here. Can I tell what it is? Oh, that does not get the current driver. That gets the gets a driver by name. Async storage, which is IndexedDB. Okay, fine. Okay, it's IndexedDB everywhere, which really shouldn't have this problem. I'm just going to quickly on the side read the actual bug report and see if I can make some kind of guess. So this user downloaded with both the noise reduction and normalization options set to both, and then only the combination of all noise reduced and normalized gave a weird file. I believe that is the last one it adds. Yes, it would have to be, because it goes through the options starting at 0. Yeah, okay. So, The very last one. Could this happen if you were downloading multiple at once? Okay, what's the multiple at once situation? When this finally outputs... No crosstalk possible there. That's for captions. Download stream, yes, it's my own download stream library. Which I doubt if I even have this. Oh yeah, I do. This could, I suppose, have crosstalk? Because the service worker, what is my, how do I distinguish things in the service worker? I never use the file API. Okay, and if it's going to a blob, it doesn't even put it anywhere. It's just in RAM, which I guess is necessary. Once again, I'm going to play the just stare at a file game. I really don't think it has anything to do with the download stream. Is it conceivable that I've just broken something and I don't have the latest version here? Very much so. And the relevant part is all the same. Is there any way that this save processor accidentally gets made without a string, and so it just ends up with like undefined or something as this name? Which could easily make it have the same name multiple times. Make the cache. This here is a string. Very much a string. Is there any way that this string somehow gets botched? I'm looking for cache. Concat definitely converts to a string, right? Surely. Yeah. The fact that it's using string concat rather than just plus, I don't think there's any way for this to land somewhere weird. Yeah. All seems very plausible to me. And since the recording ID is the very first one, it's not like it'll be so far into this that somehow it's going over some limit if it wasn't going over a limit here. I actually need to get that. One moment. Just something that needed to be turned off in the other room. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Nothing coming. And that is the only place. Yeah. And local storage is not used anywhere, and of course there's no direct use of WebSQL or IndexedDB or anything. Everything else is just a straight-through processor. I'm really starting to wonder about crosstalk between, like, if you try to download multiple in a single browser session, which I was slightly thinking about before, but then decided there was no way that was the issue. Message.u. Message.u. What is message.u? If you download two recordings that have the same name, then it will create the same URL. And the way zip works, because everything is fairly independent, it's a streamable format. If you swapped that at the wrong time, could it end up mixing these? No, because my URL is scope plus random, 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 as always. That's how I always do it. So unless the random numbers are all the same, no. Once again, I foresaw this issue and prevented it. The only possibilities that remain are either PEBCAC, which I still choose not to believe, or there is some circumstance, however unusual, where the local forage instances clash. I certainly haven't been able to replicate any situation where the names clash. The way the names themselves are created certainly don't clash. Have I eliminated every possibility? I'm gonna really carefully read the original email again. It's not a long email. Well, rereading the email didn't lead me anywhere. Those are all created for the same track descriptor, so I think I'm running out of places where this bug can be. Well, I'm confused and I've achieved nothing. Good reintroduction to dev streaming. Standard. Unfortunately, I think I'm going to have to leave it at that. I'm confused and I've achieved nothing.